And 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, welcome to No Spring Chicken with April Walterscheid, the podcast. I hope you can hear me. I forgot my microphone. I'm in Arizona. I want to show you some clouds back here, just like so pretty. So pretty. It's gorgeous. I'm dog sitting 2 Weimaraners right now. That's why I'm out here. And it's so quiet that I think I don't need a microphone. I hope that's okay. It's gotta be okay. I have to get this podcast done. But isn't the scenery just so nice out here? I want to show you guys, if I can, some mountains in the background. I was trying to get these as my background. There's some sort of mountains. I don't know if they're picking up. Yeah, like right there. Wild amounts of course, saguaro right here. Just, yeah, in Tennessee they say they're in the sticks. This is the sticks of Arizona. This is like, we're in the boonies here. Yeah, this is better lighting. Oh, I'm so glad I put it down here. Yeah, I'm here and flew in last night, got in at 1 a.m. And it feels like 80 degrees right now. It feels like 85 maybe. It's nice in the shade. I think it's like 100 out there, 80 in the shade. That's the Arizona slogan. That is a slogan that Arizona was founded on when it became a state in 1912. Here's one of the dogs. I'm dog sitting. He's just... Hey, Farley. He's looking out too. He thinks it's beautiful here too. Loves chasing the cottontail rabbits. I haven't seen any yet, but he loves chasing them. He knows they're out there. There's a random ladder on that tree. Okay. There's a random like wooden ladder, like very aesthetic. This is such a cute place where I'm dog sitting. They have real flowers. Some dust in there, but yeah. Smells like Michael's, 1999. It's got a bee on it. Oh, this is just like, imagine this. That's how the house is decorated. Just like barn. I think the person who lives here is a realtor and she also works at a place that sells all this stuff. It's like if you worked at Anthropologie and you wore all their clothes, or like you worked at Pottery Barn and the dog wants my boba. You want my boba? I used to have Weimaraners as well growing up when I was 20, like in my 20s. And we had silver ones and then one that looks like him. And I feel like I'm back home with my parents again. Oh, yeah, don't drool on me. Don't do that. Okay, so we're gonna do the boba pot before the episode starts. This is the manifestation episode. I've decided, because as you know, I'm trying not to talk about my roommates. And I've been trying to come up with like different concepts for each episode this season 2. So this one is the manifestation episode. And I touched on it in another episode, the dreams episode. I kind of touched on it a little bit. And I decided to make the episode this one. Okay, so we got a local, I had this Uber Eated to me. This is a local business. It's boba time, but it's not even the boba shop I would go to in Arizona. The one I really like in Arizona is The Street. That's my favorite. And Boba Tea House in Chandler. But this is, I think it's called RS Boba. Yeah, rsbobadelight.com. If you're in Arizona, if you're near, I'm up in Carefree Cave Creek right now. So yeah, middle of nowhere. It's like, this guy had to drive 16 miles to deliver this to me. Most of his drive was desert. I mean, it was like Scottsdale, like super north Scottsdale is where he got it. And then the rest of it is just desert. And I really appreciate him. It's got crystal boba. It's kiwi. It's the rare kiwi flavor. I've only found kiwi at Boba Tea House in Chandler and maybe a place in LA in Koreatown. I forgot the name. But yeah, nobody has kiwi boba. So if you find kiwi boba, get it. It's great. I crave it once in a while. The closest thing to it is probably like mango. I feel like I'm just like turning into a Karen with the straw. The closest thing to the kiwi was in LA, was its boba time had like a green apple type. It's not even the same, but I'd say the closest would be like a green apple. Green apple boba doesn't even taste like apple. It tastes like it's between mango and kiwi somewhere. So let's do the boba pop live on air. So get your bobas. Hope you didn't drink them yet. If you did, it's fine. But okay, boba pop. Countdown. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. All the ice is melted because it took them so long to get this to me. It took like an hour. Yeah, I ordered it around like 12 something, and I saw the time when it was gonna be delivered. It's like, it'll be delivered around 2:20. And I think I ordered it around 12:30, and I was like, oh God. But I got here at like 1:50, so not too bad. Kiwi boba. It's really good. I think I could buy a kiwi syrup and just make jasmine green tea and like make my own, but I just never do. I never do the kiwi at home. You're drooling on me. Stop. You can't have green tea, you'll die. Dogs can't have green tea, or avocados, or chocolate, or garlic, or onions. I know so much about dogs. I just took you out to pee. I'm sorry, Farley. I'm not into kissing dogs, but doesn't it look like it? You're just like Tucker. No. Go. Where's your toy? He looks like Tucker, but he's like not silver Weimaraner. He's a darker Weimaraner. He's a dark blue whiny poo. The female is so cute. Okay, so I have this whole episode mapped out. Now that we've broken our boba, we popped our boba, let's talk about the episode. Oh, you got your toy. I know. I probably need to put peanut butter in it for him, should I? I did it earlier. I don't want to overload him with peanut butter. Okay, so, wait, let me pause it. Hold on. Okay, so I got the Weimaraner. There's 2 of them, but the male, I got him some peanut butter in his Kong. And now the female's mad. I'm not letting her out. Okay. She's going like, Phoebe, go lay down. She's confused that I'm outside and she's inside. I closed the door a little bit. Okay, so this is a manifestation episode. I'm going to talk about things that I've manifested since 2015 or 2014. And I'm not like someone who wants to talk about this stuff. I'm a comedian. I don't want to talk about stuff I've manifested. I have jokes about manifestation, like, ooh, I forgot the joke. It goes well. I started doing it in 2020, manifesting like $20, a joke about manifesting $20. But it was like my change at Sprouts from them breaking a $50 bill or something. Yeah, I forgot the joke. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, it's probably like on my reels somewhere. I don't know. Oh, this is a joke. It's I love manifestation. I like saying I am rich, biatch. I am rich, biatch. Or you can use the B word. And then people laugh at that, and then for some reason, and then I say, yeah, I've manifested like 20 cents, and it was my change from breaking a 20 at Whole Foods or Sprouts, something like that. And yeah, in the joke, I have people like, I go like, hey, write this down on your phone. This is how I've manifested like so much, and they get their phones out, and I'm like, I am rich, biatch. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It goes really well. It sounds so cheesy, but like people love it. People love the simple, cheesy things, the cringe things. Oh, by the way, before we go into like what I've manifested, I'm in Arizona. I wanted to go over some random facts about Arizona that I love. And one of those being that there was a Civil War battle in Arizona. I have the latest gossip on Arizona, 1862. There was a Civil War battle in April 1862. Sexy. I just love history. I'm writing a movie about it, but there's actually a movie, I'm writing a comedy about it, And actually, if you work in Hollywood and want to read my first draft, please let me know. I will have an NDA set up for that. But okay. There's actually a movie I was watching in the living room here, on the other side of the camera. I was watching 3TV, which is just an Arizona only station. It's not NBC, it's not ABC, it's, I don't know, they show reruns of Mad About You, they show reruns of Dharma and Greg. I mean, it's just like this local, it's almost like a public access channel that like got big in our state. They have their own news. I don't know who owns them. They're not part of any network, but they have their own news station. I watched it since I was a kid. And if you look up on YouTube, 3TV, Good Morning Arizona, there's like the theme song. It's like, Good Morning Arizona. I've heard that my whole life. Since I was 5 is when I remember. And it's just like this, oh, it's so great. Cause like, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but the 3TV theme song shows like the mountains and the sun like slowly coming up over it. And then the camera is just showing people around town. Like the police officer working, helping a downed, like a light that doesn't work. Like a guy directing traffic cause the light's down, and like construction workers, people in the deli. It just shows people like around, like working people, blue collar people, like someone like walking to their office, and they're like waving, like firefighters are like waving. It's like, Good Morning Arizona. I didn't realize getting older I would like appreciate that so much as something I don't see in California, because it's California and that's where I live now. But yeah, where was I going with that? Oh shit. Okay, so there was some people, I have my laptop, by the way. It's just helping me keep track of this episode. There was someone on 3TV today talking about a movie they made, and they talked about the Civil War, Arizona. And I was just like looking, I'm like, you making my movie? Better not be. But they actually made their own movie. I don't know if it's based on anything real besides the fact that it's, you know, a Civil War battle in Arizona. They made this like sub story to that battle. And it's about like like someone from the Union and I think someone from the Confederates trying to survive in Arizona. Like they lost their comrades or something, like their, I forgot what it's called. I know so much about war in the Civil War. I forgot like what it's called. Your company. Yeah, they lost their companies. So the movie, I wrote it down. It's called The War Between. Look that up. I just want to support because it's not about what I'm writing about. So that's why I'm like, hey, yeah, go watch their movie. But actually, any movie about that area it's not going to be like anything I'm writing. So it really doesn't matter what anyone does because mine's different. That's all that matters is mine's different. So that's all that matters. Oh, another fact about Arizona is this is the only place where the saguaro cactus grows just wild, like wildflowers. Just big old cactus. They start out really small, like this little, they kind of look like my hair. Like if you imagine my hairdo as a cactus, like how my head looks, this is how they start out. Here's the ground. This is like a saguaro. And then they get bigger, and then they get arms, and then they have fruit growing on the top of their heads. And I think it takes about 100 years. I actually didn't look up the age of a saguaro cactus, but I think they're hundreds of years old. I think they live to be like 100 to 200 years old. It's a big range. Yeah. And then you can actually get fined for damaging or destroying a saguaro cactus. A minimum of $200 per foot of the main trunk and arms, with a maximum fine of $2,500 per cactus. And that's according to Tucson's Unified Development Code. So it's a fact. And then, however, other sources indicate a possible fine of up to $150,000 and a felony charge under the Arizona Native Plant Law. So be careful. You know, have you ever like parked at a Target in LA, the one at Western and Sunset, and you somehow lose your parking garage ticket in the store? and then you have to pay like 25 or 30 to get your car out. I've had that happen to me twice in LA. Not at that location, but that was one location. Another location was near Cahuenga and Melrose, somewhere in there. There's some parking lot. I had to go to class, and it was an open parking lot, but it was like 25 to get myself out. And imagine, this reminds me of that, because it's like the parking garages say like, hey, you know, parking is $5 a minute or $5 every 15 minutes, but you'll never go over 25 for the day. That's what reminds me of this, for this like penalty for the cactus. It's like, hey, it's $200 per foot of the main trunk and the arms if you damage it, but hey, maximum that you might pay is like $2,500. We cap it at $2,500 just so you know you're not going to go broke paying for a cactus that you damaged. Or again, the other thing is it could actually be $150,000 and a felony charge. So it's never going to go $200 per foot of the main body and the arms, but we're perhaps never going to go over $150,000 that day. So it's technically not that much. We cap it. We're not going to go to $1 million. Going to cap it at $150,000 and a felony charge. So it's not that bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. A third fact about Arizona is that it gets snow. This area gets snow. Like this right here. This, yes, this. Like literally these plants will be full of snow. I have a few photos when I was younger of Carefree and Cave Creek being snowed on, because like as soon as there's snow in like super North Phoenix, my dad drives out there immediately and we take all sorts of photos. I think I was wearing like fake Jinko jeans and black. I look like I was part of like My Chemical Romance in the picture. I'm just like in the cold and I'm wearing these huge wide leg black jeans and a gray sweatshirt. I had dark hair and I'm just like leaning against my dad's truck like, can we go? But no, it's so cool that we get snow. We get snow up in the mountains. 27% of Arizona is forest. And I did ski as a kid at Sunrise, Snow Bowl. I skied through a blizzard. I mean, we get snow. We get hella snow. There's cabins. There's towering ponderosa and blue spruce. And yeah, northern Arizona is really pretty. I wish I was going there on this trip, kind of, but I flew here, so I have a car I can drive around, but I really don't like, anytime I dog sit and I didn't bring my car, the person will say like, you can use my Tesla, you can use my Mercedes, whatever, but I just don't want to, because I have insurance, but I just don't want to. I'm really scared of something happening, and just like maybe I could have driven to go get this boba, but it was only going to be like $4 extra to have it delivered. So I was like, might as well. Yeah, I'm just scared of like, I don't like being responsible for other people's stuff. I don't like it. I'm trying to get over that, but I just don't. No, I just don't like it. Like I think I'm gonna have groceries delivered here for Whole Foods is running us on Amazon. Whole Foods groceries. I think you can do $5 a month. It's like unlimited delivery, so I'll probably do that because I don't want to drive. I just, if it was my car, I guess, but no. Oh, I have to mention this because you're probably wondering. Remember episode 1 of this season, the avoidance episode? I was talking about taking Groundlings basic improv class for the second time because I didn't pass the first time. Let me tell you, I did pass. High five. I passed the class. Yeah. I passed basic at Groundlings. Spent almost $1,000 to do it, but hey, I passed. I get to go on to intermediate, and I kind of knew I was going to go on to intermediate because we have like a mid-class meeting with the teacher. I had a one-on-one with Harmony, who's my teacher. To me, he's the best teacher because he's kind of more hands-off. There's some teachers that just like side coach you way too much in Groundlings, and to me, it just gets me in my head. So if you like side coaching, take those teachers. Like Diego, Tim, who else? Maybe Tom. I haven't taken something with Tom, but he might side coach a lot. But I'm not a big fan of the side coaching. I like just being, I like them mentioning what I'm doing wrong a little bit, and then Harmony's just really good at explaining it, and from the beginning to me, he was good at that, so that you don't even have to like, you just know what to do. Yeah, so I passed. And during the mid-class meeting, he said, he's like, I want you to start thinking about intermediate. And I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna pass? But I was scared that like, he told me to like loosen up for the second half of the basic class, the next like 6 weeks. But I thought, oh, if I loosen up, maybe I'm not gonna pass. Like if I have fun, because I was being so committed to the scene just to make sure I pass, like get so committed to the character. All the rules, get so committed, don't even laugh, don't even say or And I was afraid that if I took his advice of loosening up for the second part of class, that I just would suddenly not be on track to be in an intermediate. That's how cutthroat Groundlings is, guys, because when you're spending your money and having to repeat classes, yeah. And the first time I took Groundlings, I had a crush on the teacher, so that ruined everything. Like maybe I wasn't gonna pass anyway, but damn, that really killed me. Okay, so I just want to get that out of the way because in case you were wondering. Okay, so the meat of this episode is the manifestations. Let me tell you, I'm an expert at manifestation. I'm doing what I do in Groundlings. Okay, I'm gonna be an expert even though I'm really not. So I'm a master at manifestation, and if you check out the dreams episode of this podcast, I touched on the concept of this on that episode. I touched on the concept of this episode in that episode, like a little Easter egg. I read some fake entries where I was journaling fantasy manifestations just to dissociate from where I worked at the time, which was PayPal customer service, PayPal credit. And this was around 2015, 2016. And I would write these like fake journal entries in my journal from the dreams episode about like owning a hot air balloon, having an ice cream cone playhouse in my backyard, being in a fake movie called Candyland Wonder Horse. And I might make that a movie. I might write that. I have always wanted to make a realistic Candyland movie, and that would be great. Like not a kid's movie necessarily, but like more realistic. So yeah, if you check out that episode, I had fake entries, but there were some entries in that journal that were real, and some of that stuff came true. Like I still was being fake about it. I was still saying like, oh, I own this house in the Hollywood Hills and my family could come over and stay whenever they want. I have so many rooms, and even friends who move to LA, if they need a place to stay, they can stay here as long as they want. They don't have to pay rent. Like that kind of stuff is what I journaled. But anyways, here's some manifestations that I wrote down somewhere and they came true. I manifested living alone in Mesa, Arizona at 28 because 10 years after 18, I should be moving out of my parents' house, I know. But my parents were like never confident at me moving out. They wanted me to move out, but then if I saved up $10,000, they'd be like, you're gonna die if you move out. Why are you moving out? Like they were very conflicted themselves, and they just changed their mind a lot within like a day, so. Such a good boba tea. Get the kiwi. Get the kiwi boba tea. Seriously. Or your favorite fruit. But this is not even my favorite fruit. Not even my favorite. But so freaking good. Okay, I manifested living alone before I knew that was the best thing for me. I think the best thing for me is living alone. Because like I'm a comedian. I can like I'm doing this alone. Like I'm talking to you and nobody's here. Like this is actually, it's like a house, but it's actually a townhome, and there's like 3 other ones. So if someone's on their patio above me right now, they can probably hear me. But yeah, I didn't know living alone was the best thing for me. And I think being a comedian, I need to like work stuff out out loud. So I need to be able to talk to myself and just try impressions. And so I was looking at places in 2014 with a friend from high school. I love her. She's great. She's adorable. And her kid, or two of her kids. We were looking at places to move in together in Mesa. And then suddenly another friend who managed another, like a set of duplexes in Mesa, reached out to me and said, hey, we have an opening for you. And someone just moved out and we're cleaning it up. And as the appliances work, everything's great. Like that just popped up. And the rent was $560 a month. Like I would kill for that now. My $560 for a month for my own carport, my own address. There's no unit number. It's just like 216 South street name. There's no unit number. My own garden. The backyard was shared, but it was massive. Only had to share one wall with another neighbor. I mean, that was great. Like, I don't know if I ever have that again. And I need to manifest it. I just don't know. I was scared of like moving out by myself, but then it ended up being the best thing. I mean, I could feel my emotions and I could like cry if I want to. Since having roommates, I just don't have any emotions. I think I'm like blocking them because I have roommates. I don't want anyone to like even notice that I'm crying or anything. So yeah, I manifested that, not even trying to, wasn't even trying to. And then I'm not really going to go in order. It's just random. Eventually, I'm going to try to go in order. Okay, so eventually I manifested $900 from a random person on Venmo. After 4 years later, I lost my job at PayPal credit, and I was putting, which I think I manifested. I wanted to lose that job. And I had like a savings to live off of for a little bit, but eventually that savings ran out, my 401k. And which is really not a savings. Like, don't do that. Don't do what I did. But in 2018, I was starting to put rent on a credit card and just slowly move out of that duplex. It was so sad because looking back, I wish I had kept it. Like, I miss that duplex all the time. But somebody on Twitter or something just sent me $900. So that was cool. I think I just mentioned what was going on Twitter or something, my old Twitter, not my current one. And they sent me money, and that's crazy. That's so nice. It's so nice of them, but I was like, oh, do I write this off? What do I do? I manifested not working and still making money. So I think I manifested the pandemic in a way because I wanted to like not work or just do what I wanted to do. Like, who doesn't? You just want to do what you do creatively and get paid for it. You just want to be yourself or create things and get paid for it. Yeah. So I not only did that, unemployment came in and it was like $700 a week. So in a way, I feel like I manifested the pandemic because I wanted to be able to like not really work and get paid a lot. And yeah, it was about $700 a week. I had a big savings and I had just moved to LA too. And that's like when you need it the most. Like when you first move to a place and then it works out like that, the pandemic hits and you're getting $700 a week. Like that's the best luck you could ever have. I know probably a lot of you got unemployment as well. I was also living alone in Burbank. So I was living alone again. That was nice. After like staying with various people in LA, because I went to LA to take a Second City class, Second City LA, which has since closed since the pandemic. I got a job. I lined up a job through a temp agency. And then my friend had her place. She wasn't living in her place in Burbank and I paid half the rent. For like a 1.5 bedroom in Burbank, I was paying $600 a month. $600 a month. And the place is probably worth like $2,000. So she was paying most of it because she thought she would come back. She lived in Arizona. She thought like maybe the pandemic would be over pretty quick and she would come back. And So I feel bad for her, but she was happy to just be making money because she was kind of using it as an Airbnb. It was a guest house in someone's backyard. She's Airbnb-ing it to her friends. And maybe once every couple months, someone would Airbnb it. But for me to be there and pay $600 a month for almost a year, she was just happy to be making part of her rent back. And then eventually she got rid of it. But I still know the person who rents it out, and maybe I can rent from him again. I don't know. It's probably going to be way more. But maybe I can manifest it to be 1,000 or, $1,200 a month. I could do $1,200. I manifested being on a movie set. It's like the first time I was on a movie set. I had been watching this production company's cartoons and movies for like that. In 2013, I was watching and scrutinizing everything they did. They had been around a lot longer than that, and then my friend messages me. She's really more of an acquaintance in the acting community in Arizona. But in 2014, she said, "Hey, they're looking for extras. We're not paid, but let's go out there. I'll drive us." So I got to sort of meet the creator of this cartoon and this movie, but I saw him from afar. I saw him, he was just staring at me from afar, and I didn't say hi to him. I was just because we weren't, it was called Be in a Movie was the company, and it sucks they don't pay you. That really sucks. So thousands of people didn't get paid. That really bites. But yeah, they told us, it was my first time being on set, and we're in a holding area at Fox, and they're like, "Don't talk to anyone on set. Don't talk to anybody." And so I was like, oh my God, okay, I don't want to die. I will not talk to anyone, I promise. And I think I talked to the production manager. He was cool. Yeah, I wish I had said hi to there's famous people on set. I wish I could have said hi to them, but I was too scared. I really wish I had. I'd probably have a friend, I'd probably have more friends in Hollywood right now if I had. It's kind of I feel stupid not doing it, but just forget it, April. You can't go back to the past. So that's something where I didn't want that, but it manifested because I was I think each manifestation, you kind of have to do some sort of small action, but a lot of times it's if I watch something on purpose trying to manifest it, it doesn't seem to work out that way. Or if I do something, I don't know, there's definitely some exceptions to that I've noticed with my own manifestation technique. If I kind of do stuff because I'm really interested in it, I seem to manifest stuff that way, because I'm just not really thinking about manifesting it. I'm just enjoying it or whatever, and then something related to that manifests. So that works. But sometimes I can forcefully manifest stuff, which I will talk about. I don't know, there's really no rhyme or reason. It's just the results I've had. Yeah, the best manifestations are ones where you look back and realize it happened when you didn't even know you were trying to manifest it. And then sometimes I'll try to replicate that. I'll be okay, I manifested that without trying. I'm going to try to replicate it, and it doesn't work out. Yeah. Oh, I talked about this in season 1. I did book a commercial for Bubbly. Let me make sure it's bright in here. I wanted to be in a national commercial for about 2 or 3 years. And I think I manifested it because I wrote it. I have this technique where I write it down on a paper about this size, white piece of paper. Because I did this during the pandemic. The place I lived in Burbank, it was all furnished because my friend was renting it out. And she had this piece of paper, a notepad. It's completely white, except I had this red logo in the corner, and it says True Red. It had this partial square around it. So I was writing affirmations on there, putting it on the wall of stuff that I wanted to happen, and some of it happened. So now I try to replicate it by putting 8.5 by 11 white sheet of paper in half and replicating it that way and cutting it in half. I'll talk about that technique because I have a section where I talk about techniques that I've tried. that seem to work if you are looking for a technique on manifestation. I've always wanted to do one of these videos too, because I watched other people's manifestation videos and they have their own techniques, and this is just like what's worked for me. But yeah, so I put on this little white piece of paper on my wall in my current apartment. I choose to book a national commercial, and then I booked it within a week. But something popped up on my YouTube, a video by Dan Warner. Check out his acting videos. Check out his IKEA commercial. He showed like a little snippet of his audition, and that clicked for me. And then I applied that to like my next audition, and I booked it. So, I mean, it could be that I was trying to manifest a national commercial and Dan Warner showed up. And I was trying to also look for like commercial acting teachers on YouTube because I didn't want to pay for a commercial acting class again. I already took one with Killian a few years ago. I didn't want to pay for another one. So I was like purposely looking for commercial techniques on YouTube to utilize for my auditions, but I didn't know I'd book anything. Just like hoping I would, but it wasn't like this hard, yes, I need to book this sort of thing. But that happened. And then, I wanted to visit New York City before I turned 40, and I did. 2 months before I turned 40. I don't know why, but I wanted to just say that I was in New York in my 30s. It's almost like saying you were in New York in your 20s. It's the closest thing in my mind to that. So yeah, I'm 40 now, but there was like, I think I used to have this huge picture of New York City that my parents gave me for Christmas. It was like the Brooklyn Bridge from like the Brooklyn side, and like a view of some of the buildings in New York, and it's like huge. I mean, it was like so big. It was above my fireplace that doesn't work in my bedroom because I live in a living room with a curtain. And I thought, okay, maybe I can manifest it, go to SNL, go to Saturday Night Live, audition. That's what I was thinking. But I got it in 2021, got rid of it in 2024, sold it to like this Russian girl who's trying to decorate her LA apartment for like $5, even though I paid like 40 or 60 for that thing. And it's actually a picture I mounted. It's like canvas. I mounted it onto this piece of wood that like IKEA gave me with my purchase. You had to like stretch it and mount it. But yeah, I got rid of that towards the end of 2024. And then a couple months later, I got word I'm going to New York City. And I was afraid to go to New York City. Like I even had a comedy show booked there, and with Will Sylvance at the Comedy Cellar. He used to do a show at the Comedy Cellar. But I was just so afraid to go out there, so I didn't go out there. I know, stupid, I know. I think he tried to book me in 2022, but I was just afraid to go out there by myself. I was afraid to get from the airport to like the city. I didn't know that you could just take a Uber or a Revel. A Revel is like their Uber out there. They're blue Teslas. But like one of my dog sitting clients, she eventually had me go out there to hang out with them, and I just can't thank her enough. She told me like how to get from the airport. Even Beth Stelling, the comedian Beth Stelling, I kind of know her. We have the same birthday. I drove her, I picked her up at the airport in 2016 for Bird City Comedy Festival, brought her to the festival. She tipped me on our birthdays. It was April 9th that day. We both were celebrating a birthday. And she tipped me on my birthday. And then she invited me to hang out that night, and I said no. I have a birthday party. Or I said no for some reason. And it's another thing I wish I had not said no to. I just regret it all the time. They were hanging out at a bar in like Phoenix, and I said no. I was at the Bird City Comedy Festival doing a roast, like a 60-person roast where you just kind of go up one by one and you try to stay up as long as you can. You try to go through as many rounds as you can. I think I went through like 3 or 4 rounds. You just can read them off your phone. I wrote like hundreds of one-liners. Oh, you know what? It wasn't a roast. It was a best joke. So one person goes up, tells a joke. One person goes up, tells a joke. Whoever gets the most laughs gets to the next round. That's what it was. And I wrote like hundreds of them on my phone. But yeah, I was doing that. And I've never been in a comedy festival, and that was like the closest thing to being in a comedy festival. I've still never been in a comedy festival because I don't like paying the entry fee. I want to manifest getting asked to perform at a comedy festival without applying. That's my goal. I'll make it happen. Yeah. Anyways, that's my dream. It's just getting asked to do like JFL just because they've heard of me and they've seen me. That's what I want. Okay. But yeah, I was just like so happy that the person I know who runs this comedy festival asked me to be part of this like joke off thing. That Beth Stelling was like, hey, do you want to hang out? I'm at a bar right now with some friends. And I'm like, no, Beth, I'm busy. Yeah, she was writing for Crashing at the time too, but I regret it. You know, I think I could have headed over there after a few rounds because I lost like the third round of that joke off thing. I could have headed over there. I'm an idiot. But it was my birthday. I was probably just all confused. She says no big deal, but I'm just like, Beth, oh my God. Anyways, I emailed her about New York City and I said, hey, I'm going there for the first time. And this was in 2023 when I thought I might be going with someone else who wanted to go as well. I was like, how do you get from like, or maybe I thought I was gonna go by myself. I was like, how do you like navigate the subways? How do you blah, blah, blah. She gave like the best advice. And like I went to New York City, totally saw what she meant about the subways and like how sometimes in the New York City subways, everything's on one side. Like you can change directions on one side, but sometimes the track is in the middle. So you have to like, you can't just like hop to another side and go the opposite direction. You have to find a way to go up some stairs or down some stairs and pay another subway fee to get to the other side. Yeah, I think that's what she was talking about. I don't know. Oh, in my journal from the Dreams episode, I did talk about living in the Hollywood Hills. And at work at PayPal, I used to just like stare at a map of LA. I would look at Beverly Glen Road constantly, like where it goes from like the city up into it goes from like Hollywood or like Beverly Hills up into the Hollywood Hills. I would just stare at that road on a map page. And like where I lived in the Hollywood Hills part-time. I like 2 weeks out of the month for like 2 years each month. I would be in the Hollywood Hills. And I was off of actually, she doesn't live there anymore, but the person I was dog sitting for, we were on Haynes, but it was off of Foothill Road and Doheny Road and Loma Vista area. It was like Truesdale area. So it wasn't exactly Beverly Glen, which is like further over. But now I'm like in the Hollywood Hills all the time as far as like checking in on someone's cat. Doing a dog walk. Yeah, I'm still there a lot, but the hills though, I didn't want to manifest the hills destroying my car. Driving the Hollywood Hills has really hurt my Kia soul. She's 10 years old, but she can't handle those hills very well. I hope I get to like be in the Hollywood Hills again, dog sitting or cat sitting. But like, it's kind of like this, where you are, like again, I'm so far above Scottsdale right now. It's just like this long road. It's like 14 miles above Scottsdale, the northernmost part of Scottsdale. Like if you look at the 101 on the map, I'm like so far up. The Hollywood Hills are kind of like that, where you are kind of, it just seems like it takes so long to get back to like Sunset. And just like, okay, we have to drive through this and this to get back to Sunset. It's just, and yeah, I think going downhill kills my Kia Soul. Like I just want to go and not like brake a lot, but it's hurting my car not to use my brakes. It's probably carbon buildup. I don't know. Okay, so that's what I've manifested. Oh, I also used to stare at a map of like where my favorite band Isley lived in Tyler, Texas. I would stare at like a map of Tyler, Texas, and just like look at the shops when I worked at SunWest Federal Credit Union in Mesa. And then eventually I went there. So that's another one. I also manifested lunch with a famous comedian in 2023. I used a subliminal on YouTube. It was like have celebrity friends. It was like the celebrity friends subliminal if you just search for that. And I got to have lunch with Ron Funches. I hope I also get to like make more famous comedy friends as well. Obviously that's gonna help me, and I can help them by like using my email list to to help sell tickets if I'm on like one of their shows. I mean, that's what I can do. But yeah, those are some things I manifested. Here's my method. My method is that thing on the wall, blank piece of paper, about this half the size. If you take a 8.5 by 11, fold it, not this way, but like turn the paper this way, long ways, and fold it in half. And then like fold it a bunch and tear it or cut it. And then writing, these are my words I use. You can use whatever you want, but I write, I choose to be on a TV show. I choose to be on Netflix. Like something, you have to choose like one thing. When I put multiple things, like I choose to be on a Netflix show and it's a big hit and I'm famous and everyone loves me. You can't, for me, it doesn't work. I have to put like one thing. Like I choose to own a house. Not like I choose to own a house and a car and like I can't put multiple things. It doesn't seem to work for me. And again, check out the avoidance episode. You can see the affirmations on my wall. Well, yeah, they're behind me in that episode, so you can see them. And it always has to be like present tense. And I would give it, sometimes they come true within a week, but I would give it like 2 months, maybe 2 or 3 months. And if you don't like the wording, you can rewrite it, especially if you're just using printer paper, which is like easy to get. I also used to like do this prayer affirmation. I haven't done it in a while, but in 2020, I won a roast and I won $300 doing this. But I also did write a lot of roasts because I had to roast 16 people online. But I won $300 roasting 16 people from the Phoenix area online. And we're really good at roasting out here. So, like we're mean, like we're good. Again, I worked my ass off for this roast, but I would do this prayer thing where I'd be like, dear universe, I better win that roast. I would get like really gangster with it or really like assertive. I'd be like, I better win that roast. Why not me? I would say really mean things like, I better win that roast battle, you little bitch. Like I would make the universe my bitch. I would get so angry. I would do like this angry prayer, like, I better win, why not me? I forgot the exact wording, but something about like, you better make it happen, little bitch. Universe, you better make that happen for me. Like, I want $1 million. You better make that happen for me, little bitch. Thank you. And I would end with like a thank you. Universe. And it worked a few times. It worked like 2 or 3 times. I don't know if it works every time. It's almost like if you look up YouTube, Sammy Ingram, it's almost like her version of, it's almost like a Neville Goddard way. It's like assumption adjacent because I used to start out manifesting with Abraham Hicks. I started manifesting consciously in like 2016. I would watch Abraham Hicks videos and her videos made me feel really good. Like if I couldn't manifest anything, they at least made me feel really good. I would say with her videos, I did lose everything. So I don't recommend, her videos don't really work for me. They just made me feel positive, but I did lose my duplex watching her videos. Not to blame her, but also her technique of manifestation is to blame you for how you're thinking and feeling. So that sucks. And then I found like, I think I started implementing my own version of manifestation in 2020 and that started working for me. And then I found Sammy Ingram online, which is more of Neville Goddard. It's just like you recite stuff. You don't really need to visualize. You don't need to feel it. You just like recite affirmations in your head for like 5 minutes a day or whenever you remember to do it. But no, I think I found my own technique aside from all of those that works for me. And I think everyone does. But I also like subliminals on YouTube. I like binaural beats too, but that's more like if I have a pain in my shoulder, I'll listen to a binaural beat. I'll listen to like shoulder pain binaural beats or headache binaural beats to get, if I have any like ailments going on or just annoying stuff going on in my body. But yeah, I think some of the subliminals on YouTube work. I did listen to Rockstar affirmations. I don't like subliminals, the ones that have a lot of voices really fast, because I feel like I have schizophrenia. I don't want that. But I do like the subliminals if they have an ocean sound or just no sound. I love those ones. I guess I can't play a subliminal if there's no sound, but because they basically have like little affirmations and they're just making them go really fast and they put a sound over it. That's basically what they're doing. But I want like a subliminal that I can fall asleep to. I don't really like the ones that are songs. Oh, it's a cute bird. Subliminals, there's just so many of them. You have to kind of find out which ones work for you. Like I found one the other day that there's this one called Booked and Busy. And I got some sort of acting request from a casting place to work with Brad Pitt after I listened to it. So I'm like, oh, I might be working with Brad Pitt soon in October. In October. We'll see. But that kind of showed up. Like some subliminals have like results right away. Like you'll be listening to them and you'll notice something happens. I would keep track of the ones you listen to and just, there'll be like something surprising that happens and you're like, oh, was it that subliminal? Wow. Because like the one on Rockstar Affirmations, it's called World Famous Comedian. And the year I started listening to that for like 30 minutes a day, so many amazing things happened. I got to open for Ali Wong at the Hollywood Improv. A lot of really cool things happened that year. Nothing cool has happened really since then, but I try to listen to it, but it doesn't have the same effect. You know what I'm not good at manifesting? I'm not good at manifesting people. Like I can manifest free boba, not this one, but I can manifest free boba, money, I guess, a little bit of money. I would love to manifest $1 million, of course, but I also know like you can't just blow through $1 million. You do have to, like I would hang on to it for dear life because I need it to last me the rest of my life. I would try to invest it. I would probably just still live where I live and drive my 10-year-old Kia Soul. I'm not looking to manifest money and have it leave my life. It needs to last me 50 years. I mean, it needs to last me till I'm 100. But I've learned that you need to do that. But yeah, I'm good at manifesting things, material things, but not people. I've tried if you guys can give me advice on that, I would love to hear it because I have tried watching YouTube videos on how to manifest people, like a text from my crush or like a text from my celebrity crush or my celebrity crush reaching out to me on Instagram or my email, but it just never happens. And so I've stopped. I've given up on it. I know like Sammy Ingram, if you watch her videos, she would like yell at me right now. She's like, persist. She would say, persist. Not that way. She'd be like, persist. You guys need to persist. I can't repeat that enough. You just have to persist. That's how she talks. But one time, my crush in the Phoenix comedy scene from like 2017 to 2019 or 2020, I had a crush on him for 3 years. I was doing a comedy show in North Phoenix. Not this North Phoenix. This is way too north. Further down. Further down and west. Like a normal part of Phoenix. Not the sticks like we're in right now. Not super, super outskirts of Phoenix. Although it's very nice up here, I gotta say. I was on a comedy show and I was just thinking about him. And then he just shows up, walks in the door, and he's on the comedy show. There's a last minute add on to the comedy show at this bar. This like really nice, swanky bar we were at. And he was wearing the worst 80s West Coast bar slash billiards pool type outfit I've ever seen. It was like tank top. It was like Tim McGraw. It was just the weirdest, and like bleached out jeans. And he dressed so weird. But I was like, whoa, I think I manifested him because I was thinking about him. But in theory, or sorry, not in theory, but technically I was always thinking about him. So it was bound to happen, I guess. Maybe I just have to think about the person all the time. Like, not even my crushes. I would just love if, like, certain people, like, I became friends with certain people, or they reached out to me, or or somehow we connected. Like, I would just love more friends who are famous, of course, but just more friends. Like, yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah. If you have advice on, like, manifesting people and, like, what's worked for you, I haven't found anything that works. I've watched, since 2016, I've probably watched, I don't know, like, maybe 20 videos, and I've tried subliminals, and yeah, it never works. I probably just assume it's not going to work because it hasn't, but I don't know. So this podcast is going long. I apologize, but maybe this is good. You need to kill some time. You need to kill an hour doing laundry, drinking your boba, zoning out, and just listening to me talk. Getting inspired to manifest things in your life. So we have a viewer question. It says, do you like sports? And I have a whole thing on this. Yes. In summary, yes, I love sports. Not as much as I used to. I grew up as a Dallas Cowboys fan, even though I was in Arizona, because my dad grew up in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and the closest team to them was Dallas Cowboys. And Cardinals sucked back then, so they didn't get good till like 98. So, yeah. Dallas Cowboys fan. I mean, eventually became a Arizona Cardinals fan for football, and I remember just in 8th grade, I would do homework in front of the TV, watching Fox Sports, watching the Cardinals play whoever, and if they were losing, I would like stop doing my homework and just start doing rituals around the house to get them to win. I would like mute it so I couldn't hear anything, and I would go outside and distract myself with, I would just like say like good thoughts, happy thoughts, distract myself. Sometimes I would turn off the TV, take a nap, and just hope that when I turn on the TV, they were winning, but it didn't always work. So I was trying to manifest. It's kind of a manifestation thing too. I was like praying to God because I was religious back then. I grew up Catholic. Jake the Snake Plumber. We just couldn't keep winning on field goals. I mean, that's in 98. We were winning on field goals. Actually, then I got super into baseball, and I wanted to be a sports announcer for like the Yes Network, even though I love the Diamondbacks, and I didn't watch the Yankees at all, except Diamondbacks beat the Yankees in a World Series, and sometimes they do interleague play. Yeah, I was really into baseball. I was into basketball in 1993. I even got to do some sort of cheerleading thing where we got to do some sort of halftime show for the Suns, but we never saw the whole Suns game. Like, I went to my first WNBA game recently, like a few weeks ago for my mom's birthday. But before that, I had never seen a whole professional basketball game, even though I swear I did a halftime show or did some sort of halftime dance as a 9-year-old for the Phoenix Suns. I swear we did. But in 93, I went to this Phoenix Suns parade because they were about to go to the finals for the first time. I saw Charles Barkley on a float. I saw Dan Marley. Who else? Tom Chambers. Paul Westphal was the coach, I think, at the time. It was really fun. So yeah, I'm really into sports. Again, not as much, but I really thought I was gonna be a sports announcer when I was like 2001. I thought I was 16 at the time. I thought, oh, sports announcer, that's going to be my future. Because I would listen to the AM radio, listen to the baseball coverage on the AM radio. I would like switch back between like, I watch ESPN. We didn't have cable though, so it's hard to watch ESPN, but I did listen to ESPN radio and just all the radio stations on the AM channels. Just listening for them to talk about the Diamondbacks doing so well and going to the World Series and winning it. Oh, I do have the World Series of the Diamondbacks and the Yankees on VHS tape, and I always watch where they won the last game, like game 7, I think, where they won. And then after that, they'd have this montage of like the whole series and all the highs and lows of the 7-game series with the Yankees. And there's a U2 song that plays over it, and it's like, you've got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. I would just like watch that over and over for months after the World Series was over, because it was like, I think they did all the Game 7 interviews, and then I think Joe Buck, he just was signing off. He's like, okay, signing off from Arizona or New York. I forget. I don't know where the game ended. I think it was New York or Arizona. But he's signing off, and then they play this like YouTube montage, and it makes me cry. I watched that like every day after junior high or high school. I would just watch that. I would just go home and not do homework and just watch that over and over. Probably because I was just excited to feel something with other people. Like as a community, we felt this win. And it was our first it's the first championship Arizona had ever won, ever. So out of like decades of sports, that was our first one. It was a new team built to win, and they won. I think the Diamondbacks, I want to say 1998 was their first year playing baseball, and then they won in 2001 the World Series. And they've lost World Series ever since. I hope that's a good answer. If I like sports, is that a good answer? I hope so. So I have comedy shows coming up. Oh, by the way, the person who asked that question, do you like sports, follow him on Instagram. His name is bcrystal with 2 L's 79. Give him a follow. Thank you for your question. I have comedy shows coming up on October 3rd in LA, the Comedy Chateau. October 22nd, Tribal Cafe, also in LA. I'm working on a few comedy shows out here in Arizona. When you watch this podcast, which will be a Sunday, I'm going to be in Arizona until the 29th of September. So this podcast is going to post Sunday, which is the 21st, which is technically today, the day you're watching it. So I'm here for another, 8 days. If you're a comedy show booker and you're watching this podcast, please put me on your comedy show. I will say yes. I have a car I can drive. I didn't rent a car. I flew here, but I have a car I can drive to your show, and like an SUV. I would love to do your show. Like, it's already a yes for me. Just message me, email me, write this down. It's bookcomedianapril@gmail.com. So message me there and ask me to be on your show. I will happily do it. I do impressions as well. I've reached out to all the comedians touring here right now this week to see if they need an opener. They might have their opener already, or they don't need one, but I reached out to like 12 comedians, so I'm hoping one of them will say yes. I reached out to some shows that like my friends out here book. They do like a showcase show. I reached out to those shows. It might just be like, comedy's weird because you want to catch people either months ahead of time, or you want to catch the comedy shows like 2 to 3 weeks out to be on them, because sometimes they just don't book that soon. Sometimes some comedy shows and comedy clubs book months or like a year ahead, but some don't. They book like 2 weeks. They book like 2 weeks ahead or a week ahead, so it's kind of hard to like really know when to reach out. This isn't really a regulated industry, so yeah. But seriously, if you're booking a show and you need a comedian, please put me on. Again, it's bookcomedianapril@gmail.com. I will happily be on. I will happily email. I have a Phoenix comedy email list of people waiting to hear that I have a show in Phoenix. They're waiting. There's so many people on that list. I have an LA list, I have a Phoenix list, I might have a Las Vegas list as well, but the Phoenix list, it's my hometown. I want to email them and say, hey, I'm on a show, come out. So I have an email list, put me on your show for anywhere in Phoenix. A comedy show. Has to be a comedy show. That's what I do. So, in a future episode, this is episode 7. I've decided that for episode 9, I've been avoiding it. If you saw the avoidance episode in this season, season 2, I've been avoiding it, but I think for episode 9, that's gonna be my last episode for season 2. I might divulge my whole roommate situation that I've avoided talking about this whole season. The finale might be me talking about that because things have quieted down at my apartment. I would love to tell you everything that's happened because I've been keeping track of everything that's happened, and it's 2 or 3 pages in my Google Docs. And I would love to tell you guys what's happened. I will change the names of the people, but I'm like dancing around that. I'm playing with the idea of telling you guys everything in episode 9. So not next episode, but the episode after that. Stay tuned. I might tell you my whole roommate situation and why I was sleeping in my car for a month. But anyways, so again, if you want to, I mentioned my comedy show dates, or if you just want to email me, see my comedy shows, like if I'm booked on comedy shows after this episode, my manager will update my website. He's the only one that knows how to update my website. I don't know how. So it's aprilwalterscheid.com. All the comedy shows will be on there. My email's on there. You can sign up for my email list. Tell me the city you're in, where you want to see me perform. Like, I'll go to your city. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your boba tea. And until next time, thank you for watching No Spring Chicken with April Walterscheid. Have a great week.